wiped out really bad, and I said, what do you think? And she's like, let's go do it again. And then I just knew, you know, I was like, all right, let's go.
Welcome to the Black Market Depot Jam portion of the Santa Cruz Mountain Bike Festival.
What's your name? Eric. Eric? I was just telling her about your sick bike.
Right here in the front row filming. How long did it take you and Miles to compile all this footage and put this together? What was the time frame?
The film was made and brought to the market in about 6 months.
Wow, that's a fast turnaround.
My parents put me on a motorcycle, which was when I was 4, and then, you know, riding motorcycles led me into mountain bikes. Basically, when I showed up one day at the house and there was no more motorcycles because they were all sold. And my dad told me he didn't want me to get hurt anymore, so I, of course, found somewhere, like another way to hurt myself, going downhill on a mountain bike, and I've been doing that for a long time now, like over 10 years, and I can't hardly remember how I got started. Sometimes it seems like a big blur.
Gosh, I think about 10 years ago in Santa Barbara, I was working next door to a downhill shop, and one day these guys were like, hey, you want to go for a bike ride? And I didn't even know what I was getting myself into when I said yes. But it turned into me at the top of a pretty nasty downhill with, you know, fox pads duct taped to my legs on a bike that was way too big for me, and was bruised and bloody at the bottom, but I loved it. And it was just a challenge of learning something new. And from that day, I was just hooked. And it's just always that challenge. And
My first cross-country ride, I ran into Missy Giove out in Moab, Utah. Had no idea. She tossed us a tube. We were busted up on the side of the trail. But just started riding cross-country, then racing. My first race was a hill climb. Got last, probably. And then I just realized I was good at going down. So I just started pursuing.
Yeah, good at going
downhill.
down. Yeah,
Going
we all
downhill.
saw that, didn't we? Good at going down.
I'm good at a lot of things. Yeah, I started riding bikes 10 years ago and never stopped.
All right. Tammy, follow that.
I don't think we're going to get that personal on my turn. I hope not. Wow, I went to try to do a cross-country race in Hollister, and I got there late, and they had already all taken off, but they said, well, you can sign up for this thing called a downhill race. So I said, sure, and went up to the top, and then had some help from the guys telling me to drop my seat, and probably crashed about 5 times on the way down, and I loved it. So here I am now.
I've been going to some of the other movie premieres, and so we've had jump jams and ride sessions. I've met so many girls from around the world that are full of talent, and it'd just be great to actually have some proper venues for us all to come together and push each other and have fun.
Cool.
I think, you know, through every good creative project, the filmmaker, the writer, whatever the medium may be, you want to have a point of discovery. You want to have something surprise you and drive you through the project. I think the one is surprising me and driving me the most to the project is how many women out there should have been in this movie. I've been emailed or commented or something so many times, how come you didn't put my local ripper in, or my local ripper, or my local ripper? And I just think that the notion that there aren't a lot of women in this sport is kind of a misnomer. I don't think it's totally truthful. I think there's a lot of women in the sport, and I think they get overshadowed, and I think great athletes like the ones that are sharing the stage with me are going to help bring that to the forefront.
Thanks. Yeah.
That is the funnest part about it.
All right. It is awesome land after all.
It's the air time. In my opinion, when you get in the air and you figure out how to handle your bike, that's the best feeling. So if you like to jump, go for it. Go big.
Go big. Any other comments on that? The funnest part?
I think the funnest part is when everything comes together right and you're totally in the moment, no matter if you're like in a skate park, dirt jumping, racing, cornering, whatever. It's when you're right there in the moment. There's no past, there's no future. You're just right there on your bike and everything is flowing totally perfect. That to me is like the best part.
In the flow.
It's when you show up the boys.
All right. This was Awesome Land, Women of Dirt. You said you live to tell stories. What do you think your next story or next project might be?
We're going to tell you what Awesome Land is.
You're going to define Awesome Land.
We're going to take you really, really deep into Awesome Land.
Are you guys ready for that? All right, let's give a huge thanks to these amazing women and Mark Brent.